Hi.
Hello. It's been a minute since we've done an actual recording, so it's
Yeah.
been mostly our Apollo Duro stuff, and last week we entertained you with Miriya's animal treks at Animal Kingdom.
So this week we're going to talk about one of our favorite things.
Disney Cruise Line.
As of right now, the latest is that Disney has canceled all sailings through April and some into May. So all of this is a year ago information, but
Still relevant. And
it will eventually hold true again, I'm sure.
definitely.
So we realized we have not talked about onboard activities that you can book during online check-in. So there's actually quite a few.
There is quite a few, especially when you're talking about online check-in, and then also there's just activities that you can book once you get on board as well if they book up at online check-in.
So online check-in varies by your Castaway Club status. If you are a first-time cruiser, you can do online check-in as long as you're paid in full at 75 days out. Silver is 90, 105 for gold, and 120 days out for platinum and concierge guests. You have to be paid in full to book these activities, which include, you want to do the free ones first? Or
Yeah,
just as we think of them?
we can do free ones first. Yeah.
Okay, so the free ones that come to mind are character meet and greets like the Princess Gathering, Frozen meet and greet. If you're on a Star Wars Day at Sea, there is ticketed meet and greets for characters like Darth Vader,
Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
and then there's some on Marvel as well. So those are completely free. You just need a ticket so that it can
Space people out appropriately. That way there's not just one giant flood of people. Or right in the morning, they have different time hacks where people will show up, and it's more of a controlled environment, so people aren't waiting in line for too long. But like Mary said, they're completely free, but you do need to book a ticket for them so that you have your time slot available to you.
Speaking of Star Wars Day at Sea, another free one that does need to be booked in advance is if your child wants to do the Jedi Academy that Christian did when we went, excuse the wind.
Yeah, it's quite windy here in West Texas.
We're under a wind advisory, but I went for a run anyway.
But yeah, the Jedi Apprentice is a free ticketed event where the kids get to learn how to wield a lightsaber, and then they actually get to fight Kylo Ren and or Darth Vader. So that's super fun.
Yeah. There's something. I feel like there's something else maybe on Star Wars Day that you need to try and book, but that's free. But no, I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the free stuff I can think of.
Yeah.
Oh no, Castaway Key 5K is now bookable during online and on the app as well. You used to have to do that once you were on the ship, but now you can do it as part of your onboard activity booking.
That's very true.
Yeah. Then go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then not necessarily an activity, but you would book this at online check-in, but for your kids, getting them a spot at with the clubs.
Well, it's not really booking a spot. It's doing registering them.
But
which
not really.
You can just do once you're on a ship anyway.
True.
But speaking of clubs, the nursery does need to be booked in advance if you want to guarantee that the time slot that you want is available. You can book up to 18 hours.
Just 11 hours, depending on.
Well, not if it's like a 14-night cruise.
Yeah, that's true.
You can book up to 18 hours while you're booking online. The nursery is not free, but it's total. It was like
$9
an hour. I think it's $9. Sorry. per child, and then I think if you have a second child, it goes down to like 8 something a child, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not.
Bella's not going to be young enough to be in there anymore, so
Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
no,
So
it's quite.
yeah.
We've talked about how great they are in the nursery before.
Ooh, another free, not necessarily. Well, you would book that when you get on. I was thinking of the workouts up on in the gym.
Yeah,
but those aren't part of online check-in.
Do that when you go on
Yep.
ship. But speaking of up there, you can book spa appointments during your online booking. Got facials, massages,
Couples massages. You can also, I'm pretty sure, book the rainforest room.
I think you can get the whole the whole length
thing.
of cruise pass, but I think to get a day one, you have to do it
Go.
on the ship.
That makes sense.
Or you may have to call. I'm not sure. We don't use the spa. So.
No, we don't. Except for the water. The water's pretty good. And sometimes
That's not the spa that's at the gym.
That's true. That's true. Let's see, another paid thing that you would do. It's not really it's not part of online check-in, but it is something that you can book prior or purchase prior to embarkation. But they have different packages, theme packages for your stateroom, nautical, and then they also have a Pirates one where you have a plush and stuff.
You don't have to be paid in full.
Yeah, you don't have to be paid in full for those things. They also have like cheese plates, but you can get that from room service. They do have wine and beer selections that you can prepay for, but I would just pack them in your day bag.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
And then you can purchase a bunch of random things from there, and they'll be delivered to your stateroom on embarkation day.
So another thing to book that they go fast are the tastings. So like whiskey tasting, mixology class. I think there's a like chocolate and liqueur one. Those go fast. But some slots do open up, and they do have availability normally once you get on the ship if you did not get something that you wanted.
Yeah. I just thought of one thinking of them going quick. Highly unlikely that we would ever get one, but if we ever did, cabanas on Castaway Cay. They are available. However, they're at a first come, first serve basis. So typically at that 120-day mark, when concierge and platinum are able to book their excursions and the cabanas,
it's normally concierge.
Because concierge, they don't actually have to do anything. They tell their concierge liaison that they want a cabana or to try and get a cabana, and then they just do it automatically. I'm pretty sure they more than likely, I don't want to say cheat, but they cheat. And
they pay more money.
They do. They pay a lot more money. And they're going to pay very rare for even platinum to get a cabana, let alone gold, silver, or if you're unless you're on the hunt for it and somebody's like, hey, I'm releasing a cabana, and you're on the spot with it, it's highly unlikely you're going to get it. But that is something that you would book online before you got on the ship.
Yes. The next one would be Paulo or Remy reservations.
Absolutely.
They do hold a few back, but brunch goes fast. Dinner is normally still there for the most part, but brunch goes really fast because there's only so many
because they
spots.
only do it on sea days.
Or
if
Nassau.
At Nassau.
Yeah.
So they go relatively quickly, but every night they do the dinners. Yeah. So that's understandable.
Yeah. So Paulo and Remy get those. And then the big one for a lot of people is Port Adventures.
Yep, Port Adventures. With those, some people say, well, why would you book a Port Adventure through the cruise instead of doing it on your own where you could get it cheaper? And we've talked about this before, but the real reason is security, honestly. Not necessarily physical security, but security in that if something happens with your port excursion, then they'll contact the cruise ship and say, hey, we're running late, and they'll either wait for you, or if it gets to a very extreme case, they will ensure that they have someone there waiting for you after the ship's left, and they will transport you to your next location, and they'll take care of everything. So it's that big security thing. I'm sure everybody's seen that funny video of people running.
I think it was Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean, or even Carnival, of people running after the boat as it's pushing back from the dock, and people on their balcony are just going, bye. Don't miss your all aboard time. That's extremely important, but that's what the security that booking with your cruise line provides for you.
No, we don't always book our excursions if it's somewhere like Nassau or something where we know we're not going to be off the ship too long, we're not going to be too far from the ship. We did have one instance though. We were on the Fantasy in Tortola, and we ended up getting back from our shore excursion about 10 minutes before the ship was supposed to leave because our excursion ran late. But because we had booked it through the cruise line, we knew no matter what we were going to be fine. There were some people on the excursion though that were kind of freaking out, like, oh my god, what if the ship leaves without us? It's kind of funny, but you know, we knew we were good. I'm trying to think of what else. Normally when I go in, because I'm the one that stays up to book it, I go for Palo first, and then the nursery, and then shore excursions if we're booking them through the cruise line. For Star Wars Day at Sea though, my first priority was to go for the ticketed character meet and greets, because those do go very fast. Just let them know, the Star Wars Day at Sea reminded me. So if you and your child would like to use Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, you need to get those reservations in advance as well, which can be booked online. We did it with Christian when he was 3. He has no desire to do it again, but they do have packages for boys and girls starting at 3 years old, and I think it's through 12 years old. You can do like Captain Mickey. I think they have a Captain Minnie one now. Princesses. There's a night package on Pirate Night. If you want to do it on Pirate Night, they have Pirates League. You get your pirate attire, and then I think they have Star Wars makeovers for Star Wars Day at Sea. I'm not sure about Marvel. So that's something as well, but it's pretty pricey if you want, some of the stuff. So what we've seen a lot of people do is bring, their own princess dress and get the lower level package so that their little ones still get, the makeup and the nails and stuff, but don't have to include the dress. Mm-hmm. Because I think it was right after we sailed that they had I don't remember what dress. I think it was like Rapunzel's like wedding dress or something package that was like a couple of $100.
Nope. Yeah. Ooh, another one. I don't know if you've talked about this while I was helping Christian, but on the Fantasy and the Dream, the sports simulator. That's something you can book ahead of time, and that is not included in the cruise fare.
Wait for him to sign in.
Yeah, we'll just go play goofy golf on the back of the ship.
Yep.
Honestly.
That's everything I can think of.
Yeah.
At the moment. But like I said, I go for Polo, the nursery when we needed it, mm-hmm. and then shore excursions, and the first priority for Star Wars Day at Sea was the ticketed characters. But that's
it was the ticketed characters, and we would have booked the Jedi experience if Christian would have wanted it, because we asked him, but he didn't want to, and it was fine that he changed his mind, because We just went to guest services and they were able to help us out.
Well,
with that,
see, Christian changed his mind because before Star Wars Day at Sea cruise, we were at Disney World with family, and he watched the Jedi Academy at Hollywood Studios, and he said, "That's so cool! I really want to do it." And it was like 2 days before our cruise, so it was too close to the cruise to book it online anymore. You can't book anything after 3 days.
Yep.
Before the cruise. So that, everything's locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So, just like we said, with a lot of these things, Apollo, the ticketed characters, when you get on the ship, the first day, the navigator they hand you, which is the only navigator
Yep.
that, at least last year when we were sailing, that they actually will give you the paper one. They did still have paper ones in the lobby by guest services if you wanted them. I went, took a picture, and then that was about it.
Yeah.
But the app is so great; it has everything. So
you've got your phone with you most of the time anyway. So
yeah. But so the first day's navigator will list where to go for if you want to try to get Apollo reservation or mixology class, and then when I went in, I guess when you went for your pre 5K meeting.
Yeah.
It was like if people still wanted to sign up, they could go because they have enough spots that the whole ship could do it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But with Jedi Academy, we just went to guest services and they still had a spot. So it was the first one of the day, bright and early.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that you'll see talking about where you can go to change stuff or to get signed up for additional classes. When you book, you end up getting late dining and you wanted early dining, or you'd like to try to get early dining. If you don't get on the wait list, you can always go and see if they have an availability to change your dining time. We've
had 3 times where we've tried to change our dining. 2 times we did it on the ship, and once we wait listed and got changed. So we've been able to get our dining slot changed every time we've wanted to, because a lot of people seem to want late dining because they said they don't feel as rushed, or they have their kids eat and then go to the club, and so I like early dining because waiting till 8:15 to eat dinner is too late for me.
Yeah, it's too late, and it would throw the kids off way too much. So
maybe when they're older.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything I can think of. There's a lot of activities that you can book. You could book, a whole lot, or you could not book any of them, and you could have a perfectly enjoyable cruise.
There's also stuff that doesn't require tickets that you don't you can just kind of show up to and have fun with. I mean, there's all kinds of onboard entertainment.
Or at least there was.
Yeah.
Really, there's no information about what exactly is going to happen when sailing starts again. Once I think that the cruise lines feel that it's safe, that they will actually be able to start, I don't see it happening for at least till fall, maybe.
Yeah, fall I think is a safe bet.
But I mean, we'll see once they once Disney officially says, hey, this is what we're going to be doing, we'll definitely be talking about it. But until then, I don't like speculation, so we're just gonna sit and wait and hang out and hope our Panama gets down. We will see you next week though, and maybe I won't have blue paint all over my hands then.
Getting the house ready to sell is not as fun as it would seem.
No, it doesn't. I don't think anyone thinks it's fun. Yeah, getting ready to move. Where to?
We don't know.
We'll let you know.
Until then, we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.